4th anniversary sale. And getting ready to tip it off will be Melvin Eli and Alex Bugayev. As we get the final road game for Fresno State underway, Eli wins the tip to Abney. Bulldogs won the first meeting this season, 86-53 in Fresno. Roberson, this is on his first three-point attempt. Still cold. Porter's been hot, though. That's short. 0 for 2 are the Bulldogs. Bugayev with a rebound.
And it was interesting, Ralph, that time they went box and one on Courtney Alexander. Mike Wilkes will play Courtney Alexander man-to-man, and the other 4 Rice players are in a box in a 4-man zone.
Looking inside to McKenzie. Bumps into Alexander, and Courtney takes it away from him, then loses it on the dribble. It'll be out of bounds to Rice. Played 36 seconds and scoreless. Harold Allen, Andrew Walton, and Jerry Pollard, the officials for tonight's game. I have to admit, I've not seen any of those, Dan.
Well, now officials are independent contractors, Ralph, and they travel all over the country to officiate. So no longer do you have guys that just work individual conferences. A lot do, but still, many officials just travel around and as independent contractors and work different conferences.
Bugayev strong from the outside. Rebound comes off to Porter.
All right, let's see if they're back in that box and one. And now they went. Now let's see. They it looks like now they're going to be. It is box and one again. So you see Wilkes 34 at the bottom there trying to play Courtney Alexander man-to-man. Everybody else is zoning.
There's the Wax leading field goal shooter, and he's 1 for 1 tonight as Melvin Eli gets the Bulldogs on the board.
Quite honestly, Ralph, I'm a little surprised Fresno State has not seen that defense a little bit more. With Alexander leading the country in scoring, why not put one guy on him and try to zone up with everybody else? This young man's a pretty good player. Didn't make that one, but Wilkes is their leading scorer. He was hurt earlier in the year, so they bring to the table now a different team than the club that was in that big losing streak with Wilkes in the lineup.
2-0 Fresno State.
If
Roberson throws it away.
It's amazing if you're moving. Now they're playing that zone.
Right.
If you just move, it's going to be very difficult once somebody penetrates with the ball to stay with all the players because they're lining up with Alexander on the baseline. They're taking him man-to-man. So patience can develop excellent shots for Fresno State.
5-second call. Demetrius Porter playing the tough defense on Michael Walton, and the freshman turns it over. 18 minutes remaining in the first half. 2-0 Fresno State. Alexander yet to score, looking to change that. Misses his first shot. Rebound Bugayev. Wilkes runs the offense. He's the leading scorer on this team. Also leads in assists. Working on Alexander. The fall away is going to be strong. A scramble on the floor, and it's going to be Fresno State basketball.
Well, credit Larry Abney with that play. What a magnificent play by Abney. He just didn't give up on it. That ball was going to Rice, and Abney just dove on the ground and really hit the ball off the Rice player.
Slow start for both teams offensive. 2-0 Fresno State. Porter with the drive, kicks it to Eli. He has the Bulldogs' only 2 baskets now. He's 2 for 2, 4-0 Fresno State.
Whenever you face a box and one, Ralph, if you get some penetration into that zone, all of a sudden someone will be wide open.
And a blocking foul along the baseline called on Terrence Roberson as Kevin Craig was driving. It'll be Rice ball out of bounds. First foul on Roberson. First team foul on the Bulldogs. Wilkes defended by Alexander.
Did a good job of fronting. Now you got to jump out on this guy.
McKenzie runs into Eli. Doesn't get it to go. Abney with a rebound.
The other thing Rice does a pretty good job of, Ralph, is they retrace the steps, and Willis Wilson said we cannot give Fresno State anything easy in transition. Force them to play half court every time down. Again, look at Wilkes, 34, doing a great job of just playing Alexander man-to-man. This shot will be available all night.
Roberson hits the wide open three-pointer as he came off the screen. He has three. The Bulldogs lead it 7-0.
Yeah, nice start. So far playing with good intensity, and they're doing a great job at the defensive end, only allowing the Owls one and out, and that's what you have to do. Contest that first shot and get it off the glass. So that's an easy one inside.
McKenzie inside, fouled as he put the shot up by Alexander. That'll be the first foul on Alexander. McKenzie will shoot free throws. McKenzie, a sophomore. Here's another look.
Well, this is a good pass inside, and here's what Rice features. They got two big guys, T.J. McKenzie, number 5, and Bugayev, who is playing his last game for Rice, is another guy at about 6'10", but Bugayev can go outside and shoot the three. McKenzie is more of an inside player, so you'll see Alex Bugayev at the top of the key and McKenzie low. Willis Wilson, who was talking to his guard, Mike Wolf. Willis was the Mountain Division Coach of the Year last year. This club was 18-10. They had a very successful season, and they lost 4 of their starters due to injuries. Now they got Wilkes back. They still have some guys that are out, so it's been a tough year for Rice.
McKenzie makes one of the 2 free throws after missing the first one horribly, and the Owls are on the board, trailing those 7-1.
All right, now they're going to go triangle in 2. They're going to go try. I thought they had a 3-man zone, and they're going to play Roberson man-to-man, and they're going to play Alexander man-to-man. So this is another different defense. Instead of box and 1 route, they go triangle in 2. Let's play Roberson man-to-man, and they're going to play Courtney Alexander man-to-man.
And Wilkes picks up the foul, his first. Dogs ball out of bounds.
Jay Christian, number 15, is going to follow Roberson.
Abney with the miss. Here comes Rice, still looking for its first basket. Played over 4 minutes. Three-point shot put up by Michael Walton, no good. Back come the Bulldogs, leading 7-1. Eli turns on Bugayev. He's 3 for 3.
Melvin has just really improved his game. I mean, that little turnaround jumper is like money in the bank. And they're playing behind him. They're trying to force him out, and really Rice willing to give Melvin Eli that shot, but he's hurt them. Bugayev's a guy that can step away.
But he's going to drive this time on Eli. Goes over Eli. No good. Rebound comes off to Roberson. Porter gets it back to Roberson. Picks it off to Alexander, who I believe was walked with the ball. He tried to balance on the baseline and turned it over. So Fresno State leads by 8. The Owls have yet to score a basket. 15:04 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back.
Hi, Brian Anthony at Decker Ford's huge 24th anniversary sale. This is great savings during this celebration. I want to talk about the #1 selling truck in America. In fact, the #1 selling vehicle in America, the 2000 F-150 Super Cab. A great Decker Ford price of $359 a month with air conditioning, automatic transmission, AM/FM cassette. I tell you what, a great deal. $359 a month during this anniversary celebration. It's Decker Ford's huge 24th anniversary sale. We're open until 9 o'clock tonight on Shaw Avenue, just east of Fresno State.
Guy's got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
I'm Drew Carey. I'm the guy who always gets screwed. I'm just a simple guy.
What do you like on your salad?
Pie with simple friends. And a simple job. Screw it. 5 days a week.
Weeknights at 6:30 and 11:30 on Fox 26. Bulldog Basketball on Fox 26 is brought to you by Got Jobs. If you want to be seen at Got Jobs.
Sunday night at 7:30 when Luann unexpectedly walks in on Hank and Peggy. Will she decide to move on up or out? Find out on King of the Hill, followed by The Simpsons, only on your station, KMPH, Fox 26. 15:04 remaining in the first half of our game. Fresno State with a 9-1 lead. Melvin Eli, 3 for 3 from the field.
And as you mentioned, Ralph, this is a Rice team with how many freshmen? They've got like
of 11 active players,
11,
8 of them are freshmen.
So there you are. 11 active players, 8 are freshmen. You see Rice has not had a field goal. They're 0 of 6. And Melvin Eli really propelled Fresno. He's 3 of 3. The rest of the team is 1 of 6. Now this is where they want to put the ball.
Bugaev has it blocked by Abney. Brandon Evans into the game, gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. So that's Rice's first basket. Took nearly 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, Brandon Evans, one of those freshmen. Not bad. Big bodied guy who is a pretty effective inside player. Wilkes is doing a real good job on Alexander inside. Seems as denying him the ball.
Noel Felix into the game early, hits the turnaround jumper. So that position he took in place of Eli is 4 for 4.
Felix really has played well of late. He's a guy that hasn't scored much, but he's rebounded. He's been active, and as a freshman, he's really learning how to play now.
Wilkes in and out. Back come the Bulldogs with an 11-3 lead.
All right, let's see if they now it looks like they're straight man-to-man and are going to look to trap. Pretty good job that time by the Owls.
That was Porter trying to throw a pass while he was on the floor. Got it past Abney. Bulldogs turn it over. So they did. They shocked him.
You don't see Demetrius Porter turn the ball over much. So everyone has to react, because if Demetrius can make one pass against that trap, you should get a great shot.
Rice, on the other hand, is a team that's turned it over, 461 times?
They have, Ralph, almost 200 more turnovers than assists. Think about that one. Almost 200 more turnovers than they do assists. So that relates back to guard play, and the fact that for much of the season they played with walk-on guards. They haven't had their guards really in a position healthy to play.
Abney picks up his first foul as he got a piece of Bugaev.
This is a real good job to get the man in the air, and Bugaev, a veteran, a guy's playing his last game. He's a senior, and senior night tonight here at Autry Course, and Alex Bugaev has been a big integral part of this of the Rice success over the last 4 years.
Eli, after a brief rest, back out on the floor. He replaces Larry Abney. So the Bulldogs will go with Eli and Felix, along with Alexander, Porter, and Roberson.
And I would imagine we'll see Demamby early in this game, too. I mean, I thought he played real well in that second half against Tulsa. And I think if any of the outside people get in any jeopardy at all, they may come with Demamby. Now they're going to switch the defense again, just go straight zone.
Lob intended for Melvin Eli. Pass was thrown by Terrence Roberson. And the officials are going to confer. There's going to be a foul called on the play, and they're trying to decide who it's on. It's going to be on Christian, number 15.
This is, again, a different defense that Tulsa is employing, and not a bad idea to lob against the zone, and Roberson had the right idea. It looked like Eli was pushed as he went up for the shot, but Willis Wilson has used straight man-to-man. He's gone box and 1, triangle and 2. He's gone to the straight zone, and he's gone to a trap. And we've only played about 6.5 minutes. So Willis is taking everything out of the bag tonight, and he's using multiple defenses against Fresno State.
He's working hard on defense, but his big problem right now has been his offense has scored 1 basket in about 7 minutes. That's going to be a push-off foul on Noel Felix. You wonder why he got so wide open for the rebound. He picks up the foul. So Bugaev missed 2 free throws for Rice, then Eli comes back and misses 2 at the other end. 14 fouls on the Bulldogs as we approach the 13-minute mark. Bugaev. That's going to be a foul going the other way. Away from the basketball. Christian picks up his second in 2 possessions.
Now they make it 15 Christian. See, Christian is trying to fight underneath, and he's just trying to establish a screen, and he's moving, and Eli smartly makes some contact on that moving screen. So that was the foul call. Well, Willis Wilson is substituting freely. I mean, he just put multiple guys in the game.
Christian goes out with the 2 fouls. Eli looking to go 4 for 4 from the field because of the hook.
Well, you sure like the position where he's getting the ball. Eli's got 8 points already. I mean, you sure like where he's receiving on the low block. He can definitely do big-time damage if he continues to get the ball in that area.
Bulldogs coming very close to deflecting the pass or stealing the passes.
doing a great job here playing defense and with now the shot clock winding down. So you want to continue to play hard in here, try to get some position.
Evans, I believe that may have been partially blocked by Eli, and then on the rebound, Alexander runs into Evans. It'll be a foul on Evans.
You know, the other thing I like, Ralph, that's happened over the last few games, I'd love to see Courtney Alexander defensive rebound the ball. This is perfect position. You play behind, you stay down. Here's the shot block. Look at Alexander. He's in a great spot. And the reason you like him there is he can turn and initiate the fast break all by himself. He can just speed dribble down the floor and kind of dart by people. So I'd love to see Alexander back on the defensive glass.
Team fouls are even. Bulldogs on the scoreboard lead by 10, 13-3. Alexander pulls up, fires, rattles it home. It's 15-3 Fresno State as we go under the 12-minute mark. First points of the game for Courtney Alexander.
And that's good news for Fresno State in the sense that it's 15-3 and Alexander's only got 2.
Nearly stolen by Roberson. He anticipated the pass, but couldn't control it along the sideline. It will be Rice basketball, but first we have timeout on the floor. It's been all Bulldogs early in this one. 11:44 remaining in the half. 15-3 Fresno State.
When it comes to clothes, Gottschalks knows that men love to shop. Okay, then, Gottschalks knows that men like to shop. All right, how about Gottschalks knows that men will tolerate shopping if it doesn't last too long. Judges? You see, Gottschalks knows how men like to shop. That's why they have all the names, all the value, all in one fast, convenient place. Gottschalks. Hey, guys, if you gotta shop, this is the place.
The Supercut? It's the My Band Goes on Its Bend. The I Only Date College Guy. No. I hate to cover this with a football helmet. The E=MC². Whatever you call it, we can cut it at a price that looks good too. Supercut, as hip as you want to be.
That's a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
Fans tickets are still available for the 2000 WAC Championship Basketball Tournament to be hosted by Fresno State at Selland Arena March 8th through the 11th. The $125 all-session passes can be purchased by calling 278-DOGS. And I'm told that after the Tulsa game, boy, they had a big day selling those passes. About 3,000 remain. And you get to see 14 games, men's and women's, right through the championship.
Well, I think there's going to be some great first-round games in the WAC tournament. So I think it's going to be very, very exciting, and you've got good balance and excellent teams coming in, and clubs really playing at the top of their game. And so you want to make sure that you get your tickets to the WAC tournament if you want to see some exciting basketball.
Nick Robeson, freshman off the bench, hits the three-pointer as the lob goes inside to Courtney Alexander, and they get 2 right back to the Dogs, with the assist going to Demetrius Porter.
Oh, you sure like the way, the unselfish way, the way the Dogs are playing. Now, the only way to stop that is to try to put a little more pressure on the ball. Porter had distance in order to make that pass. I mean, he had spacing, and no one was really harassing him in a heads-up play as Roberson picks up a foul. You got to keep your scorecard ready tonight because Willis Wilson is just subbing guys. I mean, guys are just flying in on every whistle.
Perron Morgan out, Alex Bugayev back in. 11 minutes remaining in the half. It's 17-6 Bulldogs. Fresno State has led throughout.
That's excellent pressure out there by Adams. The Adams is doing a real nice job on Bugayev. Now you want to get on him because he's lost his dribble.
Wilkes driving, throws it over Noel Felix, no good. Rebound comes off to Roberson, gets it up ahead to Courtney Alexander, crosses over, can't get it to go. Rebound to Roberson. We have a Robinson, and a Roberson in this game. Blocked by Larry Abney as Wilkes tried to take it.
Say that again. A lot of guys with a ROB in front of their name. A good defensive play here is this young man Wilkes is an excellent player, but a nice deflection on the help, and good job by Abney to get a piece of it and get it out of bounds and to save the score.
Wilkes,
he's going to take
a knee brace, just took it off and threw it off the court.
Well, he sprained his medial collateral ligament against Fresno State, and has been out for quite some time. I guess obviously it's bothering him. He took it off.
McKenzie follows up his own miss for T.J. McKenzie. It's the Owls within 9 now at 17-8.
Now the Owls, there's no quit in this Rice club. You're going to have to stay on your game and continue to play hard because they will gain some momentum, and they feel they're the underdog, and all they have to do is get some kind of a feel in this game. They got a chance to come back.
The Owls can't get the point-blank shot to fall. Back comes Fresno State. Under 10 minutes remaining in the half. It's 17-8 Bulldogs. Abney. And we're going to have a foul underneath against Fresno State. Larry Abney 0 for 2 from the field. Foul is going to be on Travis Demandi, who's in the game for Fresno State.
Now, Ralph, here's what's happened the last 2 times down. Fresno State was playing very well, sharing the ball in the beginning of this game. Now they've gone to that one pass and shot. It has not gone in, and everybody is not really ready to rebound the ball because they're not expecting the shot to go up. So you have to stay patient when you have the ball at the offensive end. Let's take it all the way to the goal.
Turnover. Look at Porter go coast to coast, count the basket, and he was fouled. So he'll go to the line, try to get a three-point play.
How do you like Demetrius? The Iron Man of this club, and really the motor of this basketball team, because they need him on the floor. Takes care of the ball, and that was a jet propulsion move to the goal by Demetrius Porter. Good job to switch it over to the left hand.
Nearly automatic from the free throw line. Porter completes the three-point play. Bulldogs match their biggest lead up by 12 at 20-8. Two top scorers for Rice have yet to hit a basket. Pagayev 0 for 4, Wilkes 0 for 5.
Yeah, great defensive job on both players. Alexander's doing a super job on Wilkes on the outside. Much smaller guy, but he has negated anything that Mike Wilkes has wanted to do. Good call by the official.
They're going to give that one to Fresno State.
Well,
the Rice player thought the Bulldogs was the last guy to touch it.
Yeah, but I don't understand that one because the Rice player was all alone when the ball went off his hand out of bounds. I think he was trying to fake the official. No question it went off of Rice.
So the Owls, who average 19 turnovers a game, Roberson for 3. That's going to be short. Wilkes with a rebound. It's 20-8 Fresno State.
I'd sure like to see him make a pass to get in motion. That's another one of those one-pass shot sequences to help out on this young man.
Craig. Abney with the rebound. Plays it to Porter. Bulldogs are running. Alexander for 3. That's good. Three-pointer for Courtney Alexander, and it's 23-8. Bulldogs by 15.
You've said that Abney with the rebound quite a number of times.
It's going to be another one of those nights.
Of course, Larry coming off some monstrous rebounding game. Didn't have a big one, though, against Tulsa.
Oh, nice Wilkes with a circus drive in the shot. First 2 points for leading scorer Mike Wilkes. Roberson can't get it to go. McKenzie with a rebound.
And Rice quietly has done a very nice job of limiting Fresno State to just one shot. I mean, the Dogs are not getting multiple shots. Of course, Melvin Eli not in the game. That may change when he comes back in.
Wilkes gets it over Roberson. So Mike Wilkes hits 2 baskets in a row. He has 4. And it's an 11-point game.
Yeah, they're a different team, obviously, with Wilkes playing. I mean, he's a guy is like an academic all-District 6 performer, very bright guy. But he is an outstanding basketball player. So is this guy. In terms of outstanding, Of course, Courtney has already graduated, good student in his own right, but made a big shot there. Timeout. Oh, they're going to get a technical on Willis Wilson. Frustration technical.
Jawing at the official, and the official is looking and pointing at him and telling him he better sit down. You're going to get another one.
I think what Willis is upset about is he may have thought there was a push-off prior to the Alexander shot. And, of course, the tough thing is to get a technical when the other team has the ball. If you get a technical, or rather when you have the ball. When you have the ball, your team has it. You don't want to get a technical because you give up you give up the possession. You have the other team shoot too, and then you get it out of bounds.
Roberson leading the WAC in free throw shooting. Misses the first.
Now Willis has to be cautious because he is still drawn with the official.
Roberson makes the second, so the Bulldogs will have the point and the ball. 25-26, 12 lead now for Fresno State. It'll be Bulldogs ball when we come back after this timeout. Stay with us.
We're all tired of the constant bickering at City Hall and the lack of progress.
Dan Whitehurst, Mayor.
As mayor, I'll work hard to change the way Fresnans feel about our city government. Let's move ahead with the things we agree on. Controlled growth, clean and safe neighborhoods, or vital downtown. Most of all, let's stop talking our problems to death and do what it takes to bring new business and new jobs into Fresno.
Dan Whitehurst, Mayor. Performance, not politics.
Mommy and Daddy keep talking about a dream come true. Daddy says we keep smiling because our new Brentwood home is so affordable. My brother and I go to school in the Clovis School District. That's really super. Mommy loves to cook, so she really likes the kitchen. And Daddy likes something he calls romance. I don't know what that is, but Mommy likes it too.
Visit Greystone by Brentwood at Chestnut and Alluvial and Brentwood Fort Washington on Maple north of Shepherd.
This week in Bulldog Sports is brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. Your Fresno State men's basketball team will be taking on the San Jose State Spartans at home. It's a 7 p.m. start at Selland Arena Wednesday, March 1st. The 2000 Diamond Dogs are at home March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Nationally ranked Fresno State baseball team takes on Hawaii Hilo. First pitch 7 p.m. Thursday, March 2nd. And by the way, the Bulldogs winners here today again, 7-5 at Rice. Just
2 in a row, right?
Across the street over there. Well, it's 2 in a row here, 11 in a row. Ooh. Overall for the Bulldogs, ranked 23rd in the nation. A lot of the fans that you see here who made the trip to watch the basketball game went over to watch last night's baseball game, and we're over there again this afternoon watching the game as the Bulldogs came from behind for a 7-5 win, their 11th straight.
And then what, they play the first game tomorrow, so it's a 3-game series. So the baseball team doing a great job here, and the basketball team trying to follow suit. In fact, Fresno State has 9 assists in this game, and Rice only has 1. So that tells you that's a big story, the fact that at least the Dogs are moving the ball and doing a pretty good job at the offensive end.
You know, we thought it was a little unusual when Noel Felix came into the game so early. We're told now as Melvin Eli blocks the shot that Eli is suffering from diaphragm spasms, something that he's going to have to play with in this game. And boy, Travis Amambi thought that was good. He turned and started heading back the other way.
And actually, Travis has had 2 good looks, and he's a terrific shooter and shooting with confidence. He thought that was in.
Abney with another rebound.
Boy, what a power. You know the thing you love about Abney? When he's in traffic, Ralph, he never loses the ball.
Urban with a poor pass, turns it over. Urban got stuck there, losing his dribble. Now he's going to have to play some defense. 6:10 remaining in the half. It's 26-12. Bulldogs leading. Fresno State has led all the way. Biggest lead was 15.
Yeah, Irvin trying to put some pressure on Walton, who's very good with the ball. He should just try to keep this guy in front of him. Good position inside that time by Pugaya.
And he comes up short, gets the rebound though, puts it up and in. His first shot actually hit the bottom of the rim.
First 2 points of the game for Alex Pugaya. And he is no question the leader of this team. So they sorely need him to get back in the game from an offensive standpoint.
Eli hasn't missed a shot yet. In traffic, and he won't miss that one. Wow. Melvin Eli now 5 for 5 from the field. He has 10 points.
Referee's letting him go inside. I definitely thought that McKenzie bumped him in there. No call.
14-point lead for the Bulldogs. 5:15 remaining in the half.
Now you can stop those passes to the post, Ralph, by putting a little more pressure on the outside.
Pass out of bounds, but it's going to be a holding foul on Larry Abney. That'll be his second.
I think it's the 6th team foul on Fresno State, so still a non-shooting situation. And Coach Tarkanian has done a pretty good job here of being able to rest a few guys. No, it is. It is the 7th. Yeah. I thought it was the 5th going to 6, but it's the 6th going to 7. So McKenzie will get to the line for a 1-on-1.
Roberson and Demandi go to the bench. McKenzie shooting 1-1. Rebound, Abney.
You said that. you mentioned that phrase a few times in the first half. Rebound, Abney.
We have him for 6 boards. Oh, tough shot by Alexander. The guy for the rebound. It'll be a hand check foul on Courtney Alexander on the drive. So that'll be 2 on Courtney. And another 1-and-1 situation, sending Mike Wilkes to the line.
And Mike Wills is smart. He knows that Alexander has the 1 foul, and I thought Alexander did a pretty good job of getting his body in front. There was definitely some contact, but it looked like from a position standpoint, he had pretty good position.
Wilkes has 5 as Brandon Evans checks in for Pagayev. Into the game for the first time for Rice is Adam Robinson. He's another freshman, replacing the freshman Kevin Craig. Wilkes hits them both. And the Bulldog lead is 12. Porter, who had 26, his career high the last time these teams played. Urban bounces the pass to Eli, and he missed, but he was fouled. So Eli, who was 5 for 5, will get a chance to shoot some free throws. Second foul on McKenzie.
I thought a real good job by Nick Irvin that time, and I think Nick needed something positive to happen. The guy's been hurt, had the bad ankle, but look at the beautiful read and the nice pass. Irvin was thinking pass all the way, and he broke the defense down. No one stepped out on him to stop him, so he got in the lane and found Melvin Eli. So a real nice play by Nick Irvin. Guy's got to be a little careful now, Ralph, is Courtney Alexander. He's got to be very, very careful that he doesn't pick up that 3rd foul.
Larry Abney just did.
So now you got to get him out right away. So Abney with 3, Alexander with 2. And you may see Fresno State now go to a zone just to try to protect the guys in foul trouble. Of course, Abney out of the game, but Alexander still with the 2 fouls.
Abney goes to the bench with 6 rebounds. No points. 3 fouls with 4:29 remaining. Wilkes back at the free throw line. He just made 2. He's a 74%er. Doesn't miss many. Looks pretty good up there.
Now, this is not a trade-off you want. Willis Wilson happy with that scenario. He's got 7 in the game, and this young man is their leading scorer. He's an excellent all-around player. Just drills 4 consecutive free throws, so he's got 8 points. And don't look now, but it's only an 11-point game. So you have to stay right in your motion, and that's a good pass inside. See if you can get something positive out of it.
Boy, Eli is just dialed in tonight. 6 for 6, 13 points for the game.
Yeah, Melvin's like Mr. Automatic. If you're you can't play behind him anymore.
Remember, he's gone 10 for 10 twice this season in games. As we get a foul called on Nick Irvin.
See, I don't think teams still respect Melvin as an offensive threat. I don't know why not, because they continue to play right behind him. Here they're going to get Irvin, and this is definitely an area of emphasis this year. You're not supposed to hand check. You cannot put your hands on the dribbler, and actually the official made a good call. Now, Rice staying in this game from the foul line.
Freshman Adam Robinson at the line. Averages 1 point and 1 rebound a game, so he is at his average.
Yeah, Rice is probably going to end the half with more free throws than field goals. Now they're going to see if Rice goes back. They're still man-to-man. They're not going any box and 1, triangle and 2, any zone. They're going to let Wilkes play Courtney straight up. Try to give some help on him when he comes off the screen. Now that could be a foul there.
A lot of body contact there right in front of the official.
Still plenty of time. Shot clock now at about 10.
Irvin, a long 3-pointer. That's no good. Rebound comes off to McKenzie.
Well, you hear the crowd starting to get into this now.
Well, and so is Rice, actually, within 11. Fresno State has gone into a funk offensively, with the exception of Melvin Eli, who's 6 for 6.
And try to feature something inside.
Brandon Evans with the ball, kicks it outside to Walker, inside the three-point line. Rebound, Melvin Eli. And at the 3:02 mark, Fresno State calls a timeout. It's a full timeout. And the Bulldogs leading by 11. The biggest lead was 15, but Rice, as you mentioned, has come back into this one with free throws. 7 of 11 from the free throw line. Bulldogs just 3 of 7.
You want to make sure you get that 30-second, you can't carry over 30-second timeouts. You get, if you don't take your 30, so you get 5 30s. So you want to make sure that, and only 4 carry over. If you haven't taken one, go ahead and take it. So that's why the 30-second timeout now. Fresno State 2 of 9 from three-point range, so that has not worked. But Melvin Eli, as you said, really has been the difference so far. He's been able to dominate the middle and really get excellent shots. You take Eli 6 for 6 away, and obviously you've got some big problems if you're Fresno State. But thank goodness Melvin's playing well.
Fans tickets are still on sale for the WAC 2000 Basketball Championship Tournament, March 8th through the 11th, hosted by Fresno State at Selland Arena. The $125 all-session passes for 14 men's and women's games right through the championships are available now by calling 278-DOGS.
I think there's some very good teams in the WAC. Obviously, we all know of Tulsa and SMU and, of course, the Dogs, but TCU's a good club. Hawaii is a club who can do some damage. UTEP, they beat Fresno State. San Jose State, I think, has had a terrific year based on the fact that they don't have an abundance of talent, but Fresno State has played well, took Fresno State to overtime and lost, and this Rice club looks like they're getting better as the season goes on. So I think if anybody wants to see some outstanding basketball, get your tickets to the WAC tournament, because even the early round games should be exciting.
Bulldogs will finish the conference season next week with 2 games at home, Wednesday night against San Jose State and then Saturday night against Hawaii. And still a chance to share first place in the conference.
Well, they still have that outside chance because Tulsa, as you know, has to finish the season at SMU, which will be a very difficult game. And Tulsa winning big tonight against UTEP at home, at least they were in the first half. That is assuming that there's no letdown with Fresno State. They have to take care of business.
Pass inside for Porter, a little too hot for Eli to handle, so the Bulldogs turn it over coming out of the timeout. And we're having another timeout. 2:49 remaining. 31-20, Fresno State leading. We'll be right back. Melvin Eli hadn't missed a shot yet.
Mom, did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad told your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance for 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
Here's my top 10 at Fresno Bulldog Brewing Company.
Bulldog's 25 booths. Bulldog's all-weather patio. Bulldog welcomes large parties. Bulldog's homemade ice cream. Bulldog's handcrafted root beer. Fresno's best fish and chips. Bulldog's Angus steaks. Bulldog's great atmosphere. Bulldog's great service. And number 1, Bulldog's great food. Prepared fresh. No microwaves. Bulldog Brewing Company at the Fig Garden. Unleash the taste.
In the next 30 years, the population of the Earth will double to nearly 12 billion people. It will take 450 trillion pounds of food to meet the demand. This is agriculture's challenge in the 21st century, a challenge to be met by e-commerce. TheAgZone.com, the critical key to a worldwide solution designed by agriculture for agriculture. TheAgZone.com, providing e-commerce services, exposure worldwide while cutting your costs. TheAgZone.com, everything under one roof.
Sunday night at 9, Mulder is drawn into a deadly game of virtual reality. Will Scully be able to get to him in time? Find out on the X-Files following the new comedy Malcolm in the Middle on your station, KMPH Fox 26. Back in Houston on the campus of Rice University, 2:49 remaining in the half. Bulldogs leading this one over Rice 31-20. And Fresno State, that's 50% to 25%. But still, the Bulldogs could be leading by 20 points, as you said there.
Well, they could have a very big lead. Rice has been able to come back from the line. They've made some nice free throws and been able to get fouled. And that time the Dogs went to the zone, and why not? I mean, Rice is not shooting the ball very well from the perimeter. So, Dimitri, but here's Fresno State. They have gone cold from beyond the arc after making a couple of initial trays early in this game.
2:10 remaining in the half. An 11-point Fresno State lead. Biggest lead for the Bulldogs was 15. Walton for three. Short rebound. Tracked down by Eli. Under 2 minutes.
You know, Ralph, I would still like to see Fresno State try to put ball inside. Start low. You've got a big mismatch with Courtney Alexander being guarded by Wilkes. And see if you can get the ball near the goal.
Roberson's pass deflected and stolen. A turnover as Evans picks it off. And now Willis Wilson wants to take a timeout and talk it over. He has a chance to get this deficit down to single digits. At 1:36 to go in the half in a 31-20 game.
I think there's some cause for concern for Fresno State right now. And I don't think the coaching staff is real happy with the last 3 or 4 sequences down the floor. Quick shots, trying to make something happen before it's available. So you have to regroup, get your thoughts together. They're doing a good job at the defensive end, but they're not converting when they come down the floor.
When we left the game at Tulsa, I said, boy, I'd hate to be UTEP coming in here for the next game. Look at that score from Tulsa. The Golden Hurricane, a little angry.
I'd say a little angry. And that, that's not a bad UTEP team. Of course, UTEP had a tough swing. They lost here at Tulsa and lost here at Rice.
The Miners, that's right.
And actually, Fresno State's last field goal came about 3 minutes ago. So
4-10 mark.
Yeah, they've been empty for quite a while, and now back in that zone again. They're trying to again force Rice to get something on the perimeter, which the Owls have not been too successful at doing. Neither club really has been very successful from beyond the arc.
The Bulldogs have lost their focus a little bit here, and it's not hard to do. You go from an electric type atmosphere, you see 5 on the shot clock. Robinson with a three-pointer, no good. Tulsa, you had the crowd going from just about start to finish, and there is no crowd here as Porter hits a three, so that breaks a drought for Fresno State.
Yeah, there was a big difference on that shot. That was an in-rhythm jumper with nobody in front of him. Nice pass from Roberson. Nothing wrong with that particular sequence. Good result.
It's Wilkes, three at the other end. That'll be short. Rebound. Noel Felix had it. He was in a battle with Evans, and he took about 4 steps with it. So the Bulldogs will turn it over with 38 and a half seconds remaining here. Tulsa ball.
And I would say the one thing you don't want to do now if you're Fresno State, force Rice.
Did I say Tulsa?
Yeah, you did say Tulsa. Force Rice. I thought you did. I said, wait a minute, are we back at Tulsa? No, force the Owls.
Tulsa would like to have the ball one more time.
Yeah, they can't have it one more time again. If they want it one more time, they got to play them in the WAC tournament. Now, you want to force Rice now to try to make something. Do not foul. Try to force them to get a field goal. Nice trap. Good job that time.
By Porter. And then thrown away. So now they can hold it for the last shot.
You thought
they don't. Yeah, you thought turn it over. Poor pass by Robinson, the freshman.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in statistics, but I'll tell you, when you turn the ball over 200 more times than you have assists, and that's what Rice does, you've got some problems, and you hadn't had a very successful year. And that little play right there is in capsule form really displays the problems that the Rice Owls have had. They can't even throw the ball back out to half court and reset their offense. They turn it over trying to play for the last shot.
The Bulldogs going to take a timeout and talk it over on their final possession here with a chance to take their biggest lead of the half. On the flight from Tulsa to Houston, I was sitting next to assistant John Welch, and I was looking through the stats. And I said, look at this. These guys have turned the ball over, more than 450 times. It was 461 was the number, and that kind of even surprised him. And some of the coaches then started talking about their defensive game plan and pressuring the Rice guards.
Why not? In fact, in the game earlier this year when Rice played Tulsa, they had 35 turnovers and 33 points.
Yeah.
So that tells it all. 35 turnovers and only 33 points.
Fans coming up at halftime. We'll have the Bulldog Spotlight feature. We'll also have KMPH News Break and the first half stats and highlights brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. That's coming up at halftime. Bulldogs trying to get some more points before the buzzer, and Courtney Alexander can't get it to go. The guy up the rebound, and they're not going to get it away. It's not going to count as it goes off the glass. For Fresno State, I think probably has to feel fortunate to be up by 14 at halftime. And again, Rice probably has to feel fortunate to be only down by 14 at halftime.
Well, I think Coach Tarkanian saying to himself, the good news is we did play very good defense. We did an excellent job at the defensive end. We may have fouled, maybe a little bit overzealous on occasion. We were not very efficient offensively, and I think there's one change you'll see in the second half. I think you'll see a team come out more focused, trying to get the ball down low and attack near the basket.
It's halftime in Houston, 34-20, Fresno State leading Rice.
A thought for those of you married to your job. Every once in a while, have a fling with your wife. Royal Caribbean, like no vacation on earth.
You want a mayor who gets results. Dan Ron Keel.
I've had 20 years of law enforcement experience. We all know we have to keep the cops on the street. We must protect our children from gangs. As your mayor, I'm going to focus on crime prevention and strict law enforcement. That's how we're going to get the job done. There's nothing more important to solving our problems than putting our people to work. I know how to get results. You can count on it.
Mayor Dan Ron Keel. Results you can count on.
Hope you're enjoying the game here on Fox 26. I'm Eric Alvarez with your halftime report. The Fresno Police Department scheduled a citywide notification operation today pertaining to the more than 100 sex offenders classified as serious or high risk in the Megan's Law database. Police went door to door notifying neighbors about sex offenders in their area.
I got the flyer, and I know the gentleman. He's a friend of mine. He's my neighbor on the left side, right over here, with his girlfriend. And he's a very nice man.
Do you feel that your children are safe? No, I don't. I don't.
We're going to go to as many places as we can to protect the citizens of Fresno from these people.
There are lots of children. I was looking at his bulletin, and part of his parole is to stay away from playground schools where children congregate. Bunch of children here, 3 schools, there's 2 parks.
There are more than 1,000 sex offenders living in Fresno, and those are just the ones that are registered. The search is on for a hit-and-run driver who fatally ran down a 19-year-old woman lying in the street. Now, it happened early this morning on Manning Avenue, east of McCall. The victim was found by witnesses laying in the eastbound lane of Manning. The CHP says witnesses tried to stop the driver of a Ford pickup from running over the woman. However, witnesses say the driver made no attempt to avoid hitting the victim. We'll be back with more news in just a moment.
If you like to leave things to the last minute, don't worry. Our 24-hour tailoring will get you out of any jam. Well, almost.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Relationships, all earned according to friends.
We just had this huge fight, all right? Don't I have to wait a while?
Hey, this isn't like swimming after you eat. Pick up your boat!
We've got your friends right here. Weeknights at 7 on Fox 26.
Welcome back. Ads, everywhere an ad. Advertising is making an aggressive movement into virtually every facet of daily life. Alicia Acuna takes a look at what's behind this marketing madness.
When you go to the pump, do you ever think about chewing tobacco? How about the grocery store, looking for a realtor? At the ATM, you get more than the cash you came for. Just about everywhere you look, advertisers have or are figuring out how to use that space. Last year, more than $300 billion was spent worldwide on getting your attention.
Advertisers are demanding that their ad agencies be a little more direct in finding the audiences that they're going after. And so now you're seeing advertising in the oddest places.
Ever heard of the last 60 feet? That's the supposed distance you walk from your car to the store. According to advertisers, this is one of the final advertising frontiers, one of the only times you're not being influenced. But that space is also being invaded. Companies now are working on ways to get their logos on the ground. So how do we get here? There's a lot of money out there. With a hot economy, companies have more cash to spend on ads. At the same time, the internet and cable stations are taking us away from the traditional TV networks. That means advertisers want you, but some people aren't so easy to get.
I like to mail back my junk mail. That's always fun.
Garrett Evans thinks we're being turned into human billboards with ads on our coffee cups, clothing, and even our cars.
It's annoying more than anything else to be recruited into advertising for companies than when I don't have any want to or desire to.
I do feel that at a certain point, people are going to say that's enough, and advertising will stop working in certain media, and people will have to rethink how they're approaching the consumer.
Mary Ellen Wolf of Infinity Outdoor, a big outdoor advertiser, says the new trend in ads is aimed right at you based on your personal habits, hobbies, and lifestyle, which means advertisers want to learn even more about your private life.
Most people don't like the feeling that out there on some big computer is everything about their own lives.
Wolf compares it all to a loud argument. When one person raises his voice, another becomes even louder. Soon everyone is yelling, and no one is listening. In Denver, Alicia Acuna, Fox News.
And that's your halftime report. We hope you'll join Kristen Hoke and myself for all of the day's news tonight at 10. Now, back to the game.
Hey, college basketball fans, this year, March Madness begins right here in Fresno. Selland Arena will be the site of some of the most exciting hoop action in the country as Fresno State hosts the 2000 Western Athletic Conference men's and women's basketball tournament, March 8th through the 11th. Be sure to reserve your seat to witness 16 hopeful teams grind it out over 4 action-packed days to crown 2 champions. Call today and secure your seat for this 14-game hoop extravaganza. For tournament passes and information, call 278-DOG. Don't miss out on the biggest sporting event to ever come to Fresno.
Trend Homes.
With more value.
For more families. In more neighborhoods.
In our community.
Trend Homes. Building for generations.
Maris and I are back on the expressway to love.
Niles is in the fast lane.
No, not the expressway, at least the on-ramp.
To marital bliss.
Hello, Maris.
But sometimes marriage counselors make strange bedfellows.
Put yourself in my place. I very nearly did.
It's a real head trip.
There's a lot of new issues here, aren't there?
On Frasier.
Sunday night at 6 on Fox 26. Time now for Bulldog Spotlight.
Last season was great for the Bulldog men's tennis team. They advanced to the Sweet 16. They got a top 25 ranking. This year could be even better. Going into this weekend, Fresno State is ranked 17th in the nation.
At the beginning of last year, we kind of looked at this group of kids as a 2-year process. We didn't look at last year as any sort of a 1-year deal. It was a 2-year deal. And this year is kind of like the fruition of everything we planned.
This year is the year that we're definitely going to make some noise for Fresno.
There aren't many college tennis teams deeper than Fresno State's. 5 of their 6 singles players have been ranked in the top 50 in the nation. Right now, Olivier Lejeune is ranked 31st, Peter Luczak is 34th, and Rob Chain is 37th.
The depth of this team is its strength. We have 3 guys in the top 40. Only Stanford can say that in the country right now, having 3 guys in the top 40, and that's a credit to how hard these guys have worked this year. But we have 2 other guys that have been top 50 in the country at one point in their career.
The opposition doesn't know which order we're going to play, and then because we've got such even players, we can switch them up and we can get the matchups we want. And that's very important because different players play good against other certain game styles.
The Bulldogs' schedule so far has been brutal. They've played 4 top 20 teams already, beating 2 of them and losing to number 1 ranked UCLA by a single match.
We really feel like we're a physically and mentally really strong team, and so I think going through tough matches early in the year gives these guys a whole lot of strength for the end of the year.
We'll visit more with the Fresno State men's tennis team right after this.
It's always an exciting season at the Bulldog Shop. Whatever you're looking for in Bulldog Red, you'll find it at the Bulldog Shop. Choose from Fresno State sweatshirts in every style, Bulldog jackets and windbreakers for both men and women, polos, T-shirts, Fresno's largest selection of caps and hats, and fun stuff for every fan. Shop for the kids and dress them up in their Bulldog best. It's always an exciting season at the Bulldog Shop, Cedar and Barstow, across from all 3 stadiums.
When the Bulldogs play here at the Spalding-Wathen courts, they just don't lose. They're 22-1 since it opened. So what is it about this place that makes them so good?
It's the Bulldog fans. You can't go wrong with them yelling and screaming and getting fired up, and we feed off that, and then we play our best tennis here.
The courts are a bit different here. They're a bit slower, and we love them. You know, we're really used to them, and that's a huge advantage.
And I think the kids get so fired up in front of the home crowd, it raises them to a new level. And we lost 6-1 to Southern Cal on the road last year and beat them 6-1 here in May. And I think that had a lot to do with the home court.
As well as the Bulldogs are playing right now, the best may still be yet to come. And come May, this team could go where no other Bulldog team has gone before, to the NCAA Final Four.
These kids know what it's like to play against the number 1 team in the country on the road and almost win. I mean, they've won the WAC last year. They've been in the Sweet 16 against the number 1 team in the country. So I feel like this team knows exactly what it takes.
We tend to get better as the season goes on. So, we're performing very well now. So I can't wait till, come May, I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Seems like they already are. I'm Dana Green with the Bulldog Spotlight.
Fox Saturday, desperate chases.
We got shots fired at a PD unit.
Call for courageous cops.
Spin him, Case, spin him.
All new cops. Then be a part of history. Witness the 600th capture of America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted did in 2 hours what we couldn't do in 3 years.
It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Saturday.
Some big shots want to blow up Drew's store. But he takes a stand.
I'm not going to let you close the store.
That's right, Dutchie. You blow up the store, you got to do it with me in it.
Now I don't know what I want.
Will Drew win them over with a big song and dance?
Next, Drew. Sunday night at 6:30 on Fox 26.
A man so hideous, will a facelift save him or make him a monster?
Hurry up, I have to pee.
An all-new Simpsons at 8/7 Central, Fox Sunday.
Welcome back to Houston, everyone. Halftime, Fresno State leading Rice 34-20, 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. Ralph Wood, along with Dan Belwami, will be joined in a minute by Jack Furtick. But Dan, the first half, I think Fresno State really could have taken this game under control and run away with it.
Well, they could have, but the good news is you've got a nice lead and you want to come out strong at the start of the second half. So that's the key. First 3 or 4 minutes, just jump on them right away. Don't give them a thought that they can come back to this game.
Take a look at the highlights from the first half. Courtney Alexander and Melvin Eli were the offensive stars. Alexander there on the lob from Demetrius Porter.
Yeah, and Melvin Eli really had a great first half. I mean, the guy was perfect from the field in terms of scoring. Here's Courtney again. He does this better than anybody in the country. He can stop and just shoot it right over you, and then a nice feed inside. Roberson had like 5 assists in the first half, and Demetrius Porter had 6. But how about this for an individual move? Again, a nice finish. So solid play by Melvin Eli.
Take a look at some of the stats brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. You will notice that Fresno State shooting the ball much better than Rice in this ball game. And also, one thing that doesn't show up there, only 1 assist for Rice in the first half of this game.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. They always turn the ball over considerably more than they have assists, which is not a good sign as you look at individual scoring.
Melvin Eli leading with 13. By the way, Terrence Roberson, when he scored 4, becomes Fresno State's second all-time leading scorer, passing Carl Ray Harris. Now, our man just back from the Bulldog locker room, the director of basketball operations for Fresno State, Jack Furtick. Jack, what are we going to expect in the second half?
Well, guys, Jerry Tarkanian did not strategize as much as he was concerned about the body language and the attitude of the guys in the locker room. He felt like they were down. understandably maybe starting out because of the Tulsa big win, but really concerned. Offensively, obviously, they want to go to Melvin Eli 6 for 6. Defensively, they're going to stay in his zone until Rice shows that they can shoot the ball. They're concerned about Wilkes coming off the double screens and some offensive rebounds, but right now they think they have the game under control if they'll play hard.
All right, Jack Furtick, thank you very much. We'll look for a much more focused Fresno State team when we come back for the second half after this timeout.
A thought for those of you married to your job. Every once in a while, have a fling with your wife. Royal Caribbean, like no vacation on earth.
Mom, did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad told your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance for 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
Welcome back to Autry Court at Rice University. Fresno State leading by 14 as we get ready to start the second half. This is a Rice team that's had 12 different starting lineups in the first 24 games, so you can understand there's a problem with continuity here. And then again, when you talk about 8 of the 11 active players being freshmen, going to have some rough times. Jerry Tarkanian dressing perhaps a lack of focus or the sluggish play of the Bulldogs after taking a 15-point lead.
Willis Wilson is missing. Eric Cooper, Sean Tyndall, two of the guys that play significant minutes are out for the year. And of course, Wilkes has been hurt a considerable amount of time. So you take 3 starters off the floor and you've got some problems. Now, this little guy right here, can light it up. You've got to be aware of him because he's a guy that can string it together. So an excellent start for the Owls.
Wilkes with 11. The Owls with the last 5:49 of the first half without a field goal. Wilkes gets them on the board early in the second half on an 11-point Fresno State lead. Alexander driving on Wilkes, firing over Wilkes and scoring. Alexander in double figures with 11.
See, I think that will be available. I think Courtney Alexander can use his size and dribble, try to penetrate and shoot it right over Wilkes. Try to get him in foul trouble if you can. Now the zone again. Got to get out now to this young man right here, Wilkes. You have to find him in the zone. Don't leave him alone. Force someone else to make an outside shot.
They go inside to McKenzie. It's blocked by Eli, his second of the game. Fired back up by Michael Walton. Rebound again put up by Bugayev. That one won't go, but nobody's there to rebound from Fresno State. They all stood around and watched Bugayev go back and get it.
Yeah, this is not a good sign here. Four. Yeah, right. 4 fouls. That was on Larry Abney. It is his 4th, but also 4 offensive rebounds. How many tries before you get it down? As Walton in a position where he didn't get it, but Bugayev does a nice job. He's got great hands. Miss. Finally get it back and pick up the foul. And we said it earlier, Ralph, it's a time when your guards, all 5 players, have to go back to try to get it off the glass. Now, you're just losing the leading rebounder and actually a guy that led the conference for most of the year in field goal percentage. His teammate, Melvin Eli, has taken that accolade away from him slightly. But this is a big loss for Fresno State with Larry Abney out of the lineup, and he'll be out for quite some time.
Bugayev, now it looks like Melvin Eli is on the floor complaining about something. Looks up at the official, says, "How do you think I got here, ref?"
Yeah, Melvin Eli, very physical game inside. And there was definitely some bumping going on. Well, I think the 2 players were bumping each other. And now they're gonna talk to Eli. Now Melvin Eli has to be careful here. I think Melvin Eli just told Courtney Alexander, let's just play ball, which is fine, because that's what you're here to do.
Bugayev making one of the 2 free throws. It's 36-24 as Walton hounds Porter defensively. And we're going to have a hold foul on the inlet pass. McKenzie will pick up the foul. That'll be his second.
All right, now playing man-to-man on the out-of-bounds. Not a bad idea on the lob, just didn't throw it high enough.
And a foul against Fresno State's Courtney Alexander. That's his third. So you have Abney on the bench with 4, Alexander with 3, and a 12-point Bulldog lead.
See, I thought the idea was good, Ralph. They just didn't get it high enough for Alexander to get back and get it. But well scouted. I thought that Rice and Wilkes were aware that the Dogs like to run that play. They did it successfully against Tulsa. On the zone again. Trying to match it. You have to get the 34. Don't let 34 get out there and have some uncontested shots.
Walton fires it up. No good. Rebound off the Eli. Alexander will drive and has it taken away by Wilkes and nearly fouled Wilkes in the backcourt. That would have been 4 on Alexander. Wilkes dishes to Walton for 3. Needs a bounce. Doesn't get it. We're going to have a foul against McKenzie on the rebound. That'll be his third.
And Ralph Walton has had some wide open looks and has not been able to get it down. I mean, he has had beautiful opportunities and to my recollection has missed 3 or 4 three-point attempts. As you see McKenzie pick up his third foul. Big, strong body inside. So that's a big loss for the Owls to have McKenzie out.
Well, this is not a good shooting team, that's for sure, and proving it here. Got the first one from Wilkes to open the second half as Roberson lobs it, or did he just lose it? I think he lost it. It's a turnover, and Fresno State continues lackluster play.
Well, too much dribbling, not enough passing. And I think players are trying to do it themselves instead of just allowing the game to come to them. Make some passes, put some touches on the ball, get everybody involved.
Travis DeManby is in along with Noel Felix for the Bulldogs. Porter, Roberson, and Eli. Shot clock down to 6. Bogayev double teamed. The ball goes to Wilkes. He just throws it up, trying to beat the shot clock, but doesn't. So Rice really struggling on offense as well. Can't convert. Turns it right back over to the Bulldogs with 16:55 remaining. Fresno State leading by 12. Bulldogs have never really been threatened in this game, but that's just because Rice has been so inept.
And Willis Wilson lost another guy, Ralph, by the name of Derek Michaelis, who played last year. 6'8" guy decided to go with baseball. He had 2 years eligibility, and he's on the Rice baseball team, but not playing basketball. So that was another loss that they incurred.
Melvin Eli passed it to Felix, and Felix looked away.
Well, it's not been a good set. I mean, out of sync completely are the Dogs in the second half.
Contact there on the pass, but no whistle.
Look at those turnovers in the second half. I mean, Fresno State now mounting 14 turnovers, but more importantly, starting the second half with a turnover a minute.
And your best rebounder and leading scorer on the bench.
Good idea to get off the wall. Now, you can't get off of this guy.
Wilkes will be short. The long rebound, though, tracked down by Wilkes.
Again, have your guards rebound the ball. I think DeManby and Demetrius Porter have to take care of the middle in those long trays. Long threes result in long rebounds.
Courtney Alexander is going to come back in for Fresno State, try and get something going with the offense. Evans dumps it off inside of Bogayev. And there's going to be a foul. The officials jump in there to separate the players. I don't think there was any need for that. The foul will be on Noel Felix. Picks up his second. One official was getting ready to call a timeout. I think it's a little premature right now.
This is a two-shot foul, so they're only going to allow Alexander to come in on the second throw. So, again, Bogayev, who does a good job in there to establish contact and get to the line. And now they're going to allow Courtney Alexander to come in. On a two-shot free throw, they just don't allow that player to enter on the first free throw. Going small now is Fresno State. Looks like they're going to go with a three-guard alignment with Demami and Demetrius Porter and Courtney Alexander. So this should result in better shooting, better ball handling, but not as good a rebounding team.
Well, they're probably just trying to find some spark offensively. You don't have to worry much defensively because Rice can't do anything but shoot free throws.
Well said.
10-point game. We'll be right back.
Mommy and Daddy keep talking about a dream come true. Daddy says we keep smiling because our new Brentwood home is so affordable. My brother and I go to school in the Clovis School District. That's really super. Mommy loves to cook, so she really likes the kitchen. And Daddy likes something he calls romance. I don't know what that is, but Mommy likes it too.
Visit Greystone by Brentwood at Chestnut and Alluvial and Brentwood Fort Washington on Maple north of Shepherd.
Hi, I'm former Sheriff Hal McKinney. Fresno County Law Enforcement needs your help. We need Bob Waterston on the Board of Supervisors. Bob is a lifelong resident of District 5 and a proven leader. His policy of smart and balanced growth is important to our law enforcement services. Bob knows that intervention and prevention is the best way to stop juvenile crime before it starts. Please support the over 1,000 members of Fresno County Law Enforcement and elect Bob Waterston, Fresno County Board of Supervisors. Thank you.
This isn't just another dairy farm. It's years of hard work and learning. This isn't just another orchard. It's someone's backyard filled with dreams and childhood memories. This is the San Joaquin Valley, the nation's #1 agricultural center. And for over 80 years, Fresno Madera and Valley Farm Credit have helped make dreams come to life from one generation to the next. Fresno Madera and Valley Farm Credit, our roots are in agriculture.
Mark your calendars. The third annual Big Bid Auction is on Saturday, June 3rd. Proceeds benefit the Fresno State Athletic Department's academic support system. For information or to make a donation, please call 244-2800.
Are you involved in the Big Bid? You are involved, aren't you?
I'm one of the items of
there
the
you
bid.
go.
Yes. And
there's the boosters.
Turned out to be very enjoyable. Little dinner.
Little dinner?
Actually, a big dinner. It was at Julia's, and it was fantastic.
I think the boosters, you saw a shot of them, they're squirming a bit as Fresno State has had one field goal attempt in the second half. They've made it, but they have 4 turnovers. So they haven't had real successful possessions. And you look at the field goal. Now, that's an unbelievable thing. 1 of 9 paired to 1 of 1. Now, you know it's hard to win unless you get field goal attempts. So when you have more turnovers than attempts, that's not good.
Alexander's going to shoot it. Bulldogs just went from 100% to 50 as Felix turns it over. Wilkes gives it up to Evans. Pass inside is intercepted by Fresno State. Back come the Bulldogs. Eli. Fans wanted a traveling violation. And there's Melvin's first miss. 6 for 6 in the first half. He's now 6 of 7. Rice ball out of bounds. 15-10 remaining, and it's just 36-26 as Roberson checks back in for the Bulldogs. One of the fans going to come in a minute and start chucking it up.
Well, it's been individualistic at the Fresno end, and Rice just has not been able to shoot the ball at all. If Rice were doing anything offensively, I mean, they'd be right in this game. They're in the game right now, but they'd be very, very close.
Wilkes gets inside, and he comes up short. Well, he won't have an easier shot tonight.
I'd like to see the Dogs try to back one out to see if you can just run your offense. Take a look, get it back, reset it, get everybody. Well, that's another quick one.
Roberson, no good on the 3. I think Clark would have liked to have seen it too.
Still man-to-man. And there's a guy trying to take it right low, and he can't get it down. Been a bonanza of missed opportunities.
Ugly.
Well, not very good shooting. Rice is now, about 1 of 12, and that's another turnover.
The last 2, another poor pass, a turnover, back to go the other way. 14-15 left. Kevin Craig is going to be called for the offensive foul.
And I think if you're Fresno State here, I think Coach Starkanian has to be thinking maybe we need a timeout. Might have to put some words of wisdom for the troops that they are not allowing the game to flow to them. This is good position. I mean, this is a very easy call. And that's what I like about Eli. He's very smart, establishes position, And he does a very bright thing here. Don't try to block it all the time. Just get in the man's way. And Craig not happy with the call, but a very easy one for the official.
25. There's a story of Fresno State's offense in the second half.
Yeah, 6-1. More turnovers than. Now this was off a pattern. Now that was a little. Now you ran a screen. You came off the screen. You had some spacing. Everybody was aware the shot was going to be taken. Oh, it's amazing when you put some touches on the ball. At least one sequence where you get the guy in the right spot, you get pretty good results.
Travis DeMandy has his first 2 points of the game. 12-point Bulldog lead. A whistle before the shot. Foul on Demetrius Porter. That's his first. Jay Christian checking back into the game. He replaces Kevin Craig.
Watch the guy taking the ball out of bounds. He's usually the go-to person, and
Wilkes for three.
And Wilkes normally a man that can make shots, and he's very upset at himself. Leading Rice in scoring, and he's had some looks.
Alexander was out of bounds when he got the ball, so it's still a Rice ball. 13:32 remaining in the half.
Now again, watch the man taking it out. See if they run him around the screen. They like to bring him around. It's going to set the rear screen this time.
On the drive, will be a foul. I believe it's going to be on Travis DeMandy. DeMandy picks it up. That's his second. 15 foul on the Bulldogs. Here's another look.
This is a good move. Now, this young man, Walton, remember, he has not looked like leather on that play. DeMandy may have bumped him with the body, but definitely got leather when the man was in the air. But Walton, who has not been able to make an outside shot, gets to the foul line. Willis Wilson, of course, a former assistant coach at Stanford, going back a few years. And Mike Montgomery's had a few guys move on. Ernie Kent was an assistant there. Trent Johnson, Doug Oliver, who's at Idaho State. So he's had some assistants move on.
Evans was the man battling there for the rebound. He got it and was fouled. He will shoot two. Now, it's an 11-point Fresno State lead. Rice, I just looked, has missed 16 of 17 shots in the second half.
Well, this club is last in the WAC in three-point field goal percentage. I mean, you see why this evening. But they're a tenacious team. They're coming off a win against UTEP. And you give them a feel, and you give Willis Wilson saying, you know, all we want to do is get into the last 7 or 8 minutes and hopefully be 8-9 points down. It's anybody's game. Just trying to stay close.
All he wants right now is a roll eggs.
Well, listen,
Alka-Seltzer, something.
I'll guarantee you, if you told Willis Wilson that with 13 minutes to go in the second half, Fresno State would only have 38 points, he would have turned cartwheels before this game started.
A whistle again before the shot. This will be a foul on Rice. Bogayev picks it up. That'll be his first personal, 4th team foul on the Owls. Porter to inbound with 13:07 remaining, a 10-point lead.
Yeah, when the outside shot is not going in and you've got some one-on-one opportunities, why not take it toward the basket? Good rebound.
With a rebound of Alexander's miss. He can't get it to go. Evans pulls it down. It's a 10-point game, just under 13 minutes to go. And it goes right through the hands of Wilkes and out of bounds. Another turnover for Rice. And it has been that kind of season for the Owls, who lost 15 straight before beating UTEP on Thursday night.
Yeah, remember what worked in the first half. It was Melvin Eli close to the basket, trying to run him down low and give him the ball in about this spot and let him work.
I have a hard time remembering the ball going in the basket in this game. Foul before the shot.
There have been some scores, Ralph.
Remember what happened in the first half? That was a lot of misses ago.
But I can tell you this, there haven't been many in the second half. Again, 15 foul now on the Owls, so out of bounds it will go to Fresno State.
Roberson will fire over Bogayev and hit. So Terrence Roberson.
Good read that time and a nice pass by Alexander.
6 for Roberson in the game. Now Fresno State's second career-leading scorer behind Will Hooker. And he's not going to catch him, and there's going to be another turnover as Wilkes slips and falls, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I just don't think Wilkes is 100% either. I mean, this young man's a very good player. He had the MCL injury and just trying to come back. And now he took the knee pad off, put it on, took it off. Now he's got it back on again. So the brace and his leg is obviously bothering him. You look at the turnovers by half. Fresno State now, Rice starting to catch up with the Dogs. They've got 11. That's not a whole lot of turnovers really for Rice. They're a club that gets like 25 to 30 turnovers a game. Fresno State has boosted it to 16. The problem with Rice is they never get any assists that lead to baskets.
Well, if you don't get any baskets, you can't get any assists.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you definitely need to put the ball in the goal.
12 minutes now remaining. Roberson for 3. So Terrence has hit 2 straight. 5 straight points for Roberson. He has 9.
A little breathing room now at 43-28.
That'll match the Bulldogs' biggest lead of 15. Kicked ball by Eli. Reset the shot clock. I think one of the problems you're dealing with is that if you're Fresno State, there's a perception that you can pull away whenever you have to in a game like this against an opponent like this. It's a 15-point lead with 11:40 remaining. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Hi, Brian Anthony at Decker Ford's huge 24th anniversary sale. Every vehicle in stock is on sale. This is an example. A 2000 Mustang, 2-door coupe, only $269 a month. With air conditioning, automatic transmission, power windows and locks, AM/FM cassette, CD player, you name it, $269 a month. A great savings during this 24th anniversary sale here at Decker Ford. The entire lot of vehicles is on sale, so come by and see us. Open till 9 o'clock tonight. Decker Ford on Dahl Avenue, just east of Fresno State.
Selection, super scrumptious, excellent service, spectacular, compact sauce, special sauce, certainly sensational. Starting Ford, Salazar,
So what's your favorite at Bobby Salazar's?
Give me some more!
For the holidays, remember party trays, business and family get-togethers.
Go, Bobby!
And our homemade tamales. Bobby Salazar's with locations in Fresno, Clovis, Kingsburg, Porterville, and this month, Visalia.
Starting Ford, Salazar.
The 19th ranked Fresno State women's tennis team will be taking on UTEP in a crucial WAC conference match 11 a.m. Saturday, March 4th at the Waltham Tennis Center. Fresno State men's basketball team will be taking on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors in the last regular season home game. The action starts at 7 p.m. 1 week from tonight. This Week in Bulldog Sports has been brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. Back at Autry Court.
Now the Rice
one basket in the second half for Rice.
So they did get an assist in the second half. I think that led that one. They were Rice is 1 of 12.
Oh, I see why. We had seen 6 of 24 in the first half. They were actually 6 of 28. They corrected that. Christian gets it into Walton. 11:30 remaining. It's a 15-point Fresno State lead.
Good defense. I thought that
touch by Roberson. He doesn't believe it. He thought it was Bulldog ball and started running down the other end of the court. It's Rice basketball out of bounds with 11:25 left.
I thought the official motioned the other end of the floor. I think that's why Terrence started running, but he definitely hit it out of bounds.
Christian for 3. That's good. To Jake Christian makes the Owls 2 for 13 from the field in the second half.
And of course, when you're behind like Rice, I mean, you cannot just be passive defensively. So they're coming out strong man-to-man.
Roberson is hot. 2 straight baskets, but misses that one.
They're trying to look for Bugayev inside. But see, he can do this. He can step away. Good block.
Over Melvin Eli with his 3rd block of the game, I believe.
Boy, a lot of bumping going on inside with Evans and Roberson. Look at Roberson trying to play in front of Evans, a long way from the goal.
Shot clock down to 7 now. Wilkes banging to Manby, takes it to the basket and scores with 3 on the shot clock.
A great job that time by Mike Wilkes. Used the almost the entire 35 and made a big play, and here come the Owls.
5 straight unanswered points. And a foul whistled on Michael Walton. Hand check foul on Demetrius Porter. Demandby will inbound for the Bulldogs with a 10-point lead after 5 unanswered points by Rice.
Now, team fouls are even now, so if your Fresno State's mindset right now is you've got the lead, that's not a good foul by Wilkes. Wilkes are a little emotional that time, and overzealous just came right out on Courtney Alexander. It's not a shot you're going to block. So second foul on Mike Wilkes, and Courtney Alexander will get to the foul line to shoot 2.
So you're going to say he's going to shoot 3.
Well, they're going to say 3. Yeah, he wasn't
a 3-point line.
He was behind the line, so the count pounds it. Now you really have this team in jeopardy, and I'm sure Coach Tarkanian thinking, look, they're in foul problems. We've got the lead. Let's take the ball to the basket. Let's address the inside position. Let's try to force them to defend us on the baseline. No, is it 3 or 2?
Well, the official's saying 3.
I didn't think they really gave a demonstrative sign when Courtney was shooting. I couldn't quite tell if he was on the line or not, but obviously, so it'll be a 3-point free throw.
Alexander hits all 3, so he has 14, and the Bulldog lead is 13. 10 minutes left in the second half.
Courtney's done a good job of not picking up that 4th foul.
Well, Wilkes was wide open. He stepped inside the 3-point line as Alexander slipped. Wilkes now with 15.
Well, you can see he is the focal point of this offense for Rice, and he's starting to get it going at the offensive end.
Alexander pulls up, fires, and hits. Courtney Alexander starting to get it going as well.
Well, I don't know what you can do about that one. I mean, Wilkes played him tough, and of course, Courtney Alexander is good as anybody in the country in terms of beating you off the dribble, and he's such a leaper. He's got great hops, and when he gets the ball around the foul line area, he can just extend and turn his body square up and make tough shots. He made that shot look easy, but it was a difficult one.
Wilkes will drive. Puts his own miss back up with the tip-in. Wilkes with 17.
You might see the Dogs switch to defense because they are breaking Fresno State down on the dribble. I think Coach Tarkanian may be thinking, well, we might go to a zone just to slow Wilkes down so they can't isolate him and play one-on-one. So it's Wilkes against Alexander.
Alexander with a hot hand as it knocked away and out of bounds, but it'll be a foul. Is it on Wilkes or Bagaya? Wilkes will pick up the foul. That's his 3rd. Alexander will shoot 1 and 1.
It's turned into quite a war between these two young men here, and Mike Wilkes has definitely taken the challenge of trying to defend Courtney Alexander. Not an easy task.
For Alexander with 17, that matches Wilkes.
Yeah, watch these two guys. So you can call this a foul. Wilkes is trying to front. Finally, they let that one go. And then Wilkes is trying to body Alexander, and definitely all kinds of bumping going on. Alexander makes 1 of 2.
12-point Bulldog lead, 8:34 remaining in the second half. Wilkes has it knocked out of bounds with 23 on the shot clock. It'll be Rice ball.
Well, they love to have Mike Wilkes take it out of bounds, don't they, Ralph? And every time he takes it out of bounds, they inbound and run a play for him. See where he's going. Well, this time it was Christian, but they love to bring Wilkes from out of bounds to the top of the key for a score.
Eli with the rebound, back from the Bulldogs, trying to add to a 12-point lead. Behind the back pass by Porter is tracked down by Roberson before he reached the end line.
Well, you might want to be selective now.
Eli, that's selective.
I guess that's selective.
Spin move, looking one way, goes to the right, hammers it home, and draws the foul.
Boy, Melvin is a powerhouse around the 10. I mean, he is a glass eater supreme. Look at this move here against Evans, and you thought Melvin might read the defense, and he was thinking of pitching it out, but he hooked him with the leg and made a nice reverse pivot in there on the lane and just powered that one all the way home.
15 points, 6 boards for Melvin. Now 16 and 6. And again, the Bulldogs match the biggest lead up by 15 with 8 minutes remaining.
And that's where you have the advantage. You got the other team in foul trouble. Put the ball down low. Going to get a foul here on the dribble on Porter. So Walton will get to the foul line.
17 fouls on the Bulldogs, so it's 1-1. 2 personals on Demetrius Porter.
1-1.
Walton gets the first, and again, getting back to that thought that we had about the Bulldogs with the feeling that they can just do whatever they want, whenever they want in this game. And there's not a great concern that Rice is going to beat them.
I think that's a good comment, and the result of that is that one pass or no pass and shot. And I think they've gotten out of that. They were that way at the beginning of the first half, but no longer.
Courtney Alexander's come alive here for the Bulldogs, who lead it now by 13 with 7:57 remaining.
Mom, did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad sold your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance for 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
Hi, I'm Alan Autry. You know, they say I don't act or talk like a politician. Well, I don't think Fresno needs another politician. We need leadership. A leader committed to bringing more and better jobs to Fresno. One who will fight to keep our city safe and clean. And one who's not afraid to do whatever has to be done to ensure a quality education for every single one of our children. A politician? No. But as your mayor, I promise to always do my best to give you that kind of leadership.
We realize that not everyone has to wear a suit to the office these days. But chances are, you still have to wear shoes. The Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Bulldog Basketball on Fox 26 is brought to you in part by theagzone.com, by Carl's Jr., Big Juicy Burgers, and get into your Northern California Chrysler Plymouth dealer. It's the new place to be and the only place to buy.
Fans, tickets are still on sale for the WAC 2000 Basketball Championship Tournament, March 8th through the 11th, hosted by Fresno State at Selland Arena. The $125 all-session passes are available now by calling 278-DOGS. 14 games, men's and women's, right through the championship. And they'll be selling those hats at the WAC tournament as well. For the right price, he might sell you that one.
I think he might. I don't think so. He likes that hat. Not going to sell it. Going to keep that hat.
7:57 remaining. Bulldogs leading by 13.
Hey, you look at that field goal percentage, and Rice is for the game right around that 24% mark. And see, I like this a lot. I like it a lot.
Oh, Melvin Eli taking him to school. 18 for Eli. He's now 8 of 9 from the field.
And why not continue to put the ball in that area when you get that results? I mean, that's just a smart play now by Fresno State. They're doing things right at the offensive end.
Gayev, who's had a terrible evening shooting, he's now 1 of 12.
That's his last home game. The senior, as you said, 1 of 12. He may have traveled. Has not been a particularly strong offensive game for Terrence Roberson. He's hit some threes, but Terrence will be the first one to tell you that he can certainly play better at the offensive end, but he's doing a good job defensively, and he's rebounded, and he's given the ball up. He had 5 assists in the first half.
Gayev inside. He's able to get one up and in. He's really struggled offensively. .13 Bulldog lead, 6:45 left. Roberson. Rebound Christian.
You cannot get too comfortable yet. There's still 6+ minutes to go, and if you remember the Tulsa game, Fresno was down 13 with 6 minutes to go and ended up winning the game.
Eli bumping the body of Wilkes. He picks up his second foul.
And the one thing you do not want to do is all of a sudden stop that clock and get the best free throw shooter on this club, the guy that really is their go-to player. As you see Wilkes come off the screen, he was bumped. And Mike Wilkes will go to the foul line to try to cut this lead to 11.
Larry Abney into the game for the first time in about 12 minutes. He left with the 4 fouls at the 18:51 mark. Wilkes shooting 1 and 1.
And Ralph, obviously they've missed Abney. I mean, he is he's a big-time rebounder, as we all know. And there you get a break because Wilkes has made quite a few free throws tonight. So now with Abney back in the game, hopefully things will improve around the glass. Oh, how about that one? Let's switch it. Good night. Let's switch it and just kind of bring it to the left with a drop.
Seen him do that all season long, switching hands in midair. Alexander lays it up and in. He has 19.
One of the truly gifted performers in college basketball.
Bulldogs lead again by 15, never by more. Bugayev short again.
Oh, and Eli was very smart that time. He didn't try to block the shot. He just held position. And I think Bugayev was thinking he was going to get more contact. Now take your time, dictate the tempo, run your offense, and get the ball to Alexander or Eli, and good things will happen.
That'll send Alexander to the free throw line.
One big advantage Fresno State has late in the game. You saw it in the Tulsa game. The Dogs have a go-to player in Courtney Alexander. I didn't think Tulsa really had a guy that was a go-to player late in the game, and that's maybe why they've lost some close games this year. And you see Courtney, he can make things happen. He can break it down. He can get his jumper off, and he has that ability to make the big play late in the ballgame.
T.J. McKenzie back in. He replaces Evans. Alexander gets to 20 for the game. His average is 25. He's 7 of 14 shots, 5 out of 6 free throws. And he's smiling.
Well, he is battling Sir Valiant Brown, who plays at George Washington for that NCAA scoring championship. And Brown was averaging about 25 a game also. So Courtney Alexander, now that I think he's played enough games, may hop in there as that number 1 guy in NCAA statistics.
Brooks thought he was open until Eli came out there, and Kevin Craig fouls out Larry Abney. Abney will pick up his 5th and go to the bench.
And that's a time when Larry Abney, instead of going for the block route, stand in the player's way, establish position. Here you want to stand and hold your spot. Craig already has picked up 1 charge, and I think had the mindset that time that he was not going to stop. Remember, Craig was the guy that drove the baseline, and Melvin Eli stepped out on it and accepted the foul. And an emotional foul by Larry Abney. So not the kind of night that he normally has. You see him with the 0 points. He did pick up maybe, 7, 8, 9.
6 rebounds.
6 rebounds.
Only took 2 shots.
Yeah, he had them all in the first half. Cameo appearance in the second half for Larry Abney. May have played a couple of minutes, and that's it.
Bulldogs enjoy their biggest lead, up by 16 with 5:18 remaining. They did not bring the A game tonight, but I don't think they're going to need it.
No, they didn't need the A game. They may not even brought the B game tonight. They needed a C game, and I think they've given a C+ effort. So, and that's all right. I mean, I'll tell you this though, I think they've been brought their B game at the defensive end. They've done a pretty good job holding this Rice team to low numbers. Tempo definitely in Rice's favor, but Rice just unable to score.
Porter, no good on the 3. Evans with the rebound. 5 minutes exactly remaining. Double team and a steal. Goes to Alexander. Looking for 22.
Good steal. Nicely done. And that's the area when Rice played Tulsa that Tulsa absolutely killed Rice. They doubled them up in the midcourt area. They stole the ball numerous times because Rice just doesn't have the backcourt play. They did in that game that you would like if you're a Rice fan. Now they're starting to move and get it in transition.
Roberson fouled on his way to the basket. He'll shoot 2. And you can gamble, I think, if you're Fresno State defensively, because Rice just can't knock down the shots, even if you leave a guy open.
Well, and the other thing you do if you're Fresno State, why not back off of everybody on the outside except Wilkes. Here's the transition. Of course, Terrence Roberson can run the floor with the best in the country, and the foul on the way to the goal, no score, but Roberson, who leads the conference in free throw shooting, will get to the line.
Terrence is in double figures now with 10. And the Bulldogs are to 60. An 18-point lead. The biggest of the game for Fresno State as Jay Christian checks in.
And I think the coaching staff might be able to take a deep breath now. I mean, you're up 18 with 19 with a little over 4 to go. So it never really got to single digits, and the game was never in jeopardy in the second half. But still, as you said, it was not the
not
kind
an artistic success.
No, it was not an artistic success. No, it was not. But still, a W is a W.
Evans finds Christian. Inside to McKenzie, working over Eli. Elvin battling for the rebound, and is fouled.
It is a great advantage in college basketball when you can put your center behind the opposition's big guy. Let him play right behind. If you can block shots and you can deter him from scoring on the inside and you can still play behind, you're in perfect rebounding position when the shot is missed. See, look at the positioning that you're able to get by playing behind. You're in perfect spot. And, of course, Eli has the great hands and then picks up the foul over the back.
They gave the foul to McKenzie, his fourth. Bugayev checks back in. Melvin Eli, 18 points and 9 rebounds. 1 board short of a double-double. I have him unofficially with 3 blocked shots tonight. The interesting thing, Bugayev has 80 blocks for his career, and that is a new Rice record.
In fact, they had a young man named Sean Igo that played here just recently. I think he broke Igo's record, who was a very good player for Rice. I remember seeing him. Very active, big guy. He was an excellent player.
Steal by Demandi.
Oh, the little
trailed by Craig, hit hard, knocked to the floor. Demandi will shoot free throws. The foul is on Kevin Craig.
There was a young man who was maybe 6 or 7 years old. Now, as Demandi's going to the basket, there's a young guy who was out on the floor trying to clean up some sweat. You see him under the basket, and once he saw the steal, he just dove back under the goal, and he was thinking, what am I doing here?
Getting back to the blocked shots, Bugayev with 80. That's the career record. Career in 4 years here at Rice. Melvin Eli with 3 block shots tonight has 78 this season.
That's a big difference.
Big difference. Eli, of course, leading the WAC in blocks. He's averaging just over 3 a game. Demandi making 1 of 2 free throws, giving him 3 points on the night. 3:42 remaining here in Houston. Fresno State now has opened up a 20-point lead. We'll be right back.
When it comes to clothes, Gottschalks knows that men love to shop. Okay, then, Gottschalks knows that men like to shop. All right, how about Gottschalks knows that men will tolerate shopping if it doesn't last too long. You see, Gottschalks knows how men like to shop. That's why they have all the names, all the value, all in one fast, convenient place. Gottschalks. Hey, guys, if you gotta shop, this is the place.
Hey, hon, you coming?
Just a minute.
Come on, Dad, let's walk.
Okay, bud, okay.
Digital camcorder.
Okay, good play.
Oh.
34-inch digital TV.
Oh, here it is.
I'm gonna get it.
Right up, guys.
Okay.
Got it? Oh.
And a refrigerator with ice dispenser to keep things a little cooler. Best Buy. Turn on the fun.
In the next 30 years, the population of the Earth will double to nearly 12 billion people. It will take 450 trillion pounds of food to meet the demand. This is agriculture's challenge in the 21st century, a challenge to be met by e-commerce. TheAgZone.com, the critical key to a worldwide solution designed by agriculture for agriculture. TheAgZone.com, providing e-commerce services, exposure worldwide while cutting your costs. TheAgZone.com, everything under one roof.
Tonight, join Kristen Hoke and Eric Alvarez for the Valley's only primetime newscast. It's the right team at the right time. The KMPH 10 o'clock news only on your station, KMPH Fox 26. Dana Green also going to have all the day sports for you, including the big baseball team win from here in Rice and what's going to be a big basketball team win.
coming home to play last two of the regular season. We got Hawaii and San Jose State.
Bugaev with a reverse, rattles it home. Bugaev with one of his best offensive moves of the night, and he only has 9 points.
Well, I think what Fresno State's thinking right now is let's get good position, but we don't want to foul them. If they get it too, fine. Don't give them any freeze. And when we get the ball, let's use some of the clock, run our offense, try to put the ball down low, try to pick up a foul.
And there is the foul. That will send Terrence Roberson to the line. Bugaev picks up his third. Roberson in double figures tonight with 11 points. Only 3 of 9 from the field. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Well, it has not been a great free throw shooting game for Fresno State. Had they made their free throws here, and in my recollection, they're just about 500 in terms of shooting free throws on the night. As you see Nick Irvin coming into the game.
12 of 22 from the line now for the Bulldogs.
Oh, there's a leading free throw shooter in the conference.
It may not be for long.
Right, and one of the leaders in the country. And he misses 2.
3 minutes remaining. Roberson 3 of 6 from the line tonight. Trying to track down the loose ball and does. Bulldogs have numbers. Alexander passes it. It's intercepted by Evans. Got to go the other way. Wilkes has to pull it out.
Yeah, it really doesn't mean much when you turn the ball over now late in the game and you have an 18-point lead. But theoretically, Ralph, you would sure like to bring the ball back out and use some of that 35-second shot clock. You don't need any more points at this juncture of the game. You need to run the clock because you know the other team's going to foul you.
You didn't need any more points shortly after halftime.
You may not have. Yeah, the way Rice was shooting, you may not have needed. You didn't need many points. You only got 44.
Christian for 3, and they now have 47. So the Owls are on fire now all of a sudden with 5 straight points. Bulldogs' lead is now 15.
And Christian, of course, that is his second 3 of the second half.
Sun-Maid, the world's favorite raisin, proudly brings you tonight's player of the game. Melvin Eli earns that honor, getting close to a double-double, 18 points, 9 rebounds. He hit 8 of his 9 shots. He was 6 for 6 in the first half. So Melvin Eli, player of the game, brought to you by Sun-Maid, the world's favorite raisin.
And I don't think Melvin's 100% either. I think he had some back spasms early in the game. It got off to a great start. Still, I'm sure it's affecting him. He's not moving quite as gingerly as we saw him in the Tulsa game. Still, though, a terrific game for Melvin Eli.
Managed to block 3 more shots, adding to his lead, giving him 78 for the season.
Now, you know they're going to foul you, so you want to take care of the ball. They're going to try to double you at the nearest stopper. Here comes the double team.
Foul right there, Nick Irvin. And instead, they nearly turn it over, but the Owls couldn't control it. Evans would go right through his hands.
Yeah, if they rotated properly, they may have picked up an easy steal on a score. So you see Nick Irvin just limping around, not able to move much. Here they come, the double team again.
Oh, and Irvin goes down hard. He'll go to the free throw line, where he's only shooting about 61% after a pretty good start to this season. We thought that was going to be one of the better parts of his game. But now Irvin's shooting 61% from the line.
And the way Nick is moving, you might get Demetrius Porter back in the game because you know that Rice will come after you and press you full court. And he's just not moving very well. Still look good on that free throw.
He's had the right ankle sprain, heavily taped. Christian checks back in for Walton.
Still amazes me, Ralph, and I watch young people shoot free throws, why they continually back off the line when they shoot a free throw. They fade away. And let's see, he kind of shoots and then fades back. He made both of those, but rarely do you see players anymore lean toward the basket so their momentum's going toward the goal. They're always fading away and more or less casual on the free throw.
Irvin hobbles back to the bench after making 2. He had only scored 14 total points in the last 10 games. Bugayev looking for the bounce, can't get it, but does draw the foul. Then again, you don't have Nick Irvin in the game for points that he scores. It's points he helps others score with his assists. Felix picks up his third. Bugayev will shoot free throws with 2:01 remaining, a 17-point Fresno State lead. Final home game in this gym for Alex Bugayev. He's in double figures with 10.
And Willis Wilson feels the future is very bright for Rice. They won 18 games last year. All the injuries this year will get everybody back. And he's had a good recruiting class, he said. So, they'll be much improved next year. All right, now you want to take care of the ball, get it in the hands of your better free throw shooters. You know they have to come after you. So get your spacing.
Felix loses it out of bounds, but it was last touched by one of the Rice players, so the Bulldogs will retain possession. 22 on the shot clock, 1:48 remaining in the game. 64-49, Fresno State leading by 15. Inbound to Demandby. Has his shot blocked out of bounds. 21 on the shot clock. Porter looking for Alexander. He went one way, the ball went the other. Wilkes has a breakaway. Lays it up, it almost came out. It would have been that kind of night.
Quick timeout.
A timeout called by Rice.
Yeah, they're playing it hard all the way down to the end. So, there's still a minute and 39 left. And you have to continue to play. Get your ball handlers in the game. Rice will come after you, but they're taking some chances. They'll come out full court press. They're going to look to trap. They're going to look to rotate. And this is a club that's going to be very, there's some moral victories to be gained here by Rice if they can get this to single digits.
Remember, every team, even the last place team, the 8th place team, going to be in that WAC tournament in Fresno. So Rice also trying to build for next year with all of those young players, all the freshmen. 8 of the 11 eligible players right now. Play of the game is brought to you by State Center Credit Union, home of the 6.9% auto loan. Melvin Eli was the player of the game, and he'll be involved in the play of the game. Watch him go to work inside. You can't stop me. Melvin Eli, play of the game, brought to you by State Center Credit Union, home of the 6.9% auto loan. And there he has 2 more, so Melvin gets to 20 for the game to go with 9 rebounds. The player of the game, the play of the game, a 20-point game with 9 boards.
Yeah, he was really developed in doing that. He got an exceptional jump hook with either hand.
He's hit 9 of 10 from the field. He's had 2 10-for-10 games as Walton has to call timeout. 32nd timeout with 1:06 remaining. 20 on the shot clock.
He has had some unbelievable games this year. As he said, he's been 10 of 10 twice. And tonight, he is 9 of 10 from the floor. And I can remember the one he missed, which was about a 12-foot jumper that he hurriedly took. And it was really, normally he's a little closer to the goal. You look at the timeouts remaining, Fresno State still with the 3. And, of course, Rice utilizing every timeout, trying to get this score in the single digits.
Bulldogs will improve to 19-9 overall, 9-3 in WAC play. Tulsa will still lead with 2 defeats in conference play. SMU with 3 losses, and those 2 have to play each other. I believe that ends the conference regular season next week.
Yeah, that ends the conference regular season. So you
could have 3 teams with 3 losses. If SMU could beat Tulsa down in Dallas.
Well, it's no gimme for the Golden Hurricane to go down to SMU and get a win. I think that'll be a tough game. I mean, SMU's got some very good players. Gerald Sasser, an outstanding player. So they've got some guys that can also do some damage. And hopefully, you would think Fresno State at home against San Jose State and Hawaii can finish the season strong.
Christian looking for his third three-pointer, can't get it. Ball may have been turned over. It was by Noel Felix trying to save it on the court. Turned it over with 53.9 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, I wonder if Rice is going to continue to foul. You would think now inside of a minute, you're down 15, just play it out.
Oh, now to Bugayev, and he puts it in one hand. That may have gone in anyway from Wilkes.
No, I think it was a little off to the side, but what a play. Yeah, I thought he gave the impression that was a shot. Oh, look out here. Oh, this is where people can get hurt.
Hard foul in the backcourt. Christian helping up Porter.
Oh, Christian definitely body blocked him as Porter was coming down the floor. Referee could deem that an intentional foul. And he definitely tried to go after the ball. He did reach around, but definitely committed the foul and used his body to impede the progress of Demetrius Porter, who's limping to the foul line.
Flexing a little bit as he goes to the line. Porter missing the first. He's one of the Bulldogs' best free throw shooters behind Roberson. 71% from the line.
I think it's
IF getting a send-off now. He'll go off the court here for the final time in his career.
And I think this is a classy move by Willis Wilson. You've lost the game, but give Alex his just due. He's had a great career here at Rice, and the fans give him a well-deserved round of applause.
Porter with one of the 2 free throws. He also, to go along with 7 points tonight, has 7 assists.
To my recollection, I thought Demetrius had 6 at halftime. I mean, he had the majority of those assists in the first half.
I could look it up. He did have 6 points. That's changed. Is it Wilkes or McKenzie with the tip? Oh! Alexander just missing on the lob, and back we go the other way under 20 seconds. Wilkes in and out. McKenzie hits the bottom of the rim. That's the second time we've seen that on the right shot tonight. Now he's got a bunny and puts it home. Back we go the other way in the final seconds. Urban lost it but was fouled.
Very important for the officials to call fouls late in the game when it's getting in garbage time, because that's when people can get hurt. So it's important not to just put the whistle in your pocket. If there's fouls, make the appropriate call, because obviously it slows the game down.
Urban shooting 2. And he's 3 for 3 from the line, looking pretty good in this game. But having a hard time walking around the floor as he's just hobbling. Wilkes also leaving the game now to an ovation from the small crowd here at Autry Court.
Now, Wilkes will be back. I mean, he's a junior, so he'll get healthy next year, and I'm sure have a big year.
Final seconds now ticking off as Walk continues to have a rough night shooting the basketball, as did the entire Rice team. Jerry Tarkanian breathing a few sighs of relief because he knows he didn't have his best game tonight, and he knows Willis Wilson was undermanned. But the Bulldogs get out of here with a win, 69-57 for Fresno State. You'd agree it was not the best night for either team.
No, it wasn't. But the fact is, you have to win when you don't play well. And you could predict that this would not be Fresno State's best game. I mean, you knew coming off the emotional Tulsa win that this would be a tough task. But they played good defense, and Coach Tarkanian's thinking, well, let's get home. We've got 2 games at home to finish the WAC season and the tournament, which should be very exciting. But we get out of this trip with 2 wins. Not bad.